Good morning, Jake. As the city is processing the event of yesterday, like you were just saying, those witness videos, it looks almost apocalyptic. You know, we see these things every day in our skyline, and to see a tragedy like that happen, the shock just hasn't worn off yet. But again, cleanup progress is being made. Let me show you some crane work that they're doing. It looks like they're hoisting a bucket over the broken piece of crane that had fallen on top of the Google building. There is no one in that bucket, but I could only imagine that this is just the start of them trying to assess how they are going to get that piece of crane off the top of the building. I want to show you some video now from overnight. Tow trucks clearing the cars from the scene from Mercer Street. All 6 of those cars are now gone, as well as the pieces of crane that were lying across Mercer Street. In total, 6 cars were damaged. 4 people were killed when that tower crane came down onto Mercer Street. 2 workers who were on the crane died, and 2 others who were driving by at the time died in their vehicles. Now, Seattle Fire does tell us that the crane went down as it was being dismantled. And we spoke to a witness yesterday who had been in a nearby building watching that whole process, and he said something about it just seemed off.
And they were dismantling it. I could see that it wasn't right. It wasn't right. It was not right from about 11 o'clock this morning onwards. It wasn't straight up and down. It was had a slight lean on it. So that tells you that it's not right.
Bruce Cashmere, that's the man's name. He says he's no crane expert, but tells us that he's been working on farm equipment most of his life, and said that by the way it looked, he was actually not surprised that it had came down in the way that it did. That, of course, that is all speculation. Labor and Industries are doing that investigation. They are looking into what exactly went wrong. They're the ones in charge of inspecting all 120 cranes in Washington State right now. And they say about 55 to 60 of those cranes are in the Seattle area, making it the
they did as much surgery as they could.
But they also tell us that that investigation,
He's got
figuring out what exactly went wrong
pancreatic
here, that could take months. But for now, the focus is getting that piece of crane off the building and making sure the street is safe again for traffic and pedestrians. Jake.
Yeah, and Vanessa, what are you seeing from your vantage point there as to how long this cleanup could take? There was a lot of debris out there on the road.
You know, there is a lot of debris, and again, you know, by just the images that we've been seeing of the, what looks like a balcony that had just been taken down off the top of the Google building, you know, just figuring out how secure that is, trying to figure out how to get that crane off the top of the building, making sure it's safe for pedestrians to pass and for cars to go by. Mayor Durkin yesterday had mentioned that you should expect the section of Mercer in front of this building to be closed for the majority of today, and it looks like they still have a lot of work to do. So if you are traveling through downtown Seattle, if you're planning on using the ramp here to get onto the highways here in South Lake Union, just try to find an alternate route. Do not go down Mercer Street.
Yeah, good advice. We'll have to wait and see how this all shapes up for the commute tomorrow. Thanks, Vanessa. We'll keep checking back in, and as she mentioned, Mayor